Check this.
Hello, this is Socially Triggered, and this is part 3 of my multi-part series about Donald Trump is racist. This video is going to be debunking the claims that were made by CNN that Donald Trump was racist because of his role in the Central Park Five. The Central Park Five is actually a very interesting story, very gruesome story actually. What happened was there was a female jogger who was jogging through Central Park, and she was brutally raped, sodomized, and put into a coma for 12 days from her injuries. And it was a horrific event that traumatized the city of New York. Now, Donald Trump is a big supporter of the city of New York. So Donald Trump took out a full-page ad, and in the ad he wrote that he wanted criminals of every age who were accused of beating and raping the female jogger to be afraid. The advertisement, which cost $85,000 to run, also said, Mayor Koch has stated that hate and rancor should be removed from our hearts. I do not think so. I want to hate these muggers and murderers. They should be forced to suffer. Yes, Mayor Koch, I want to hate these people, and I always will. How can our great society tolerate the continued brutalization of its citizens by crazy misfits? Criminals must be told that their civil liberties end when an attack on our safety begins. In 1989, in an interview with CNN, Trump said to Larry King, "The problem with our society is the victim has absolutely no rights, and the criminal has unbelievable rights. And that maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done." That's what he said. Now, why this is considered racist is the fact that the Central Park Five, the potential 5 people that were involved with this rape, were black, and there were 4 black men and 1 Hispanic man that were involved. And they all had confessed to the crimes. Okay? I mean, later they said that they were forced to confess, but they all confessed to the crime. And 2 juries convicted them of the crime. So according to the situation, Donald Trump had every right to believe that these men had committed this horrible, horrible crime. But the truth was, when they looked at the DNA evidence, it actually showed that it was not any of the men that were involved with this crime. And later, the men were exonerated when a serial rapist actually confessed to the crimes, and his DNA matched with the crime scene. So what happened was, later on, they did an interview with Donald Trump and said, "Hey, look, do you feel bad about what you said? Do you recant what you said in the past about this?" And Donald Trump said, "No, based on what I knew, I felt major hatred towards these men because of what they had done. And at the time, all the evidence looked like they were guilty of this crime. So that's why I based my dislike of these men at that time." I think his opinion of those men would be different now, but he was explaining why he thought what he did. What they consider racist is that Donald Trump had this real hatred towards these men and did not believe in their innocence, even though everything pointed to their actual guilt. So the point is, was it racist, or was really Donald Trump just outraged by what had happened? That these men had destroyed a woman's life. And whether they were shown to be guilty at the time and then later exonerated, is not really the point. The point is, under the evidence that Donald Trump was working with, he believed that they were guilty. And everyone else did too at the time. So he wasn't being racist. He was just being morally outraged by the severity of the crime, by the horrendous act that had taken place. And it had nothing to do with race. If the men had been any other race, he would have been just as morally outraged because of the severity of the crime. So the point is, this is not a sign of racism. This is a sign of a person who believes in his moral convictions, that these kind of crimes are horrible, and we must, as citizens, speak up against them and not tolerate this kind of abuse of our freedom. We shouldn't just say, oh, because they're black, that it's fine. No, we should not do that. It doesn't matter what the person's race is. If a horrible crime is committed, we should be morally outraged by it. And to be not morally outraged by it is in fact racist. If it's that we can't be morally outraged because it's a black person that's the perpetrator of the crime. This has been Socially Triggered. I hope you enjoyed this video. And what do you think? Was Donald Trump being racist? And please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. And please tell other people about this channel. I'm really trying to make it grow. And I hope you look forward to the next part in the series, which I'll be talking about more of these comments from CNN on why Donald Trump is racist. Thank you. Bye.
Check this.